thank you all for coming out on this freezing cold night. You'll notice if you got here just 10 minutes ago, we were still rehearsing all the way up until about 6:50 because we had to cancel Monday night rehearsal because of the weather. So I said, well, we'll just get here Wednesday and we'll practice it right before the concert. So, but they did a great job pulling it together. Even with missing their last rehearsal, I knew that they'd be able to do it. So I'm very proud of them. Fun fact about the Fresh Air Christmas was written for Mannheim Steamroller by Chip Davis. He actually wrote that probably in the 70s, but when he proposed, he wanted to get it recorded and he wanted to make an album, and all the recording studios were like, no, we're not going to do that. That's not good. That's not a good idea. We don't want to do that. And he didn't give up on his idea. He thought, well, this is before Mannheim Steamroller existed. And he said, well, no, I want to record this album. And nobody would take it. He got turned down by all these record companies. And finally, one person decided, yeah, I guess we'll record it. And that's when Mannheim Steamroller was born. One of the most best-selling bands in history, recorded history. So it's just kind of a cool testament to follow your dreams. Even if somebody shuts the door in your face, that's not the end of your dream. Keep on going. So also, I think the song's pretty cool. We get some rock drum set and some electric bass and all that stuff. So that's not the last time you're going to hear the rock drum set and the electric bass and electric guitar tonight. It's going to be great. Let's go to our next piece. getting to direct this band is I have access to the band library that existed before I was here 7 years ago, and sometimes I pull out some pieces that existed before that were procured by former band directors. And the coolest thing is you get to see inside their minds when you read their score markings. So in this piece, I believe I was reading the markings of Professor Frida Proctor and all of her ideas that she put into the score. So I was able to pick her brain literally through reading her experience in the score. So that's really fun, just going back and finding old things. And I find some things from Dr. Kruzmark and Professor Proctor. I've also seen some things from Sister Anne Callaghan. So it's cool just going back in history. And so as I was performing that, I was reading some of her markings and delivering them. So we're going to keep going with our next piece, the Celtic Christmas. section. The Fantasia from the Dargazon from Gustav Holst's Second Suite in F for military band. So you may have heard a little bit of that little melody in there. So that's a good old Irish melody. So let's keep on going in this with The Winter's Journey by a living composer, Randall D. Standridge from Arkansas. He's actually, fun fact, our baritone sax player went to school with Randall Standridge, and she has actually a kind of a viral YouTube video of one of his very, very early compositions that she wrote, or that he wrote for her in a small ensemble at Arkansas State University. So just fun fact. So please enjoy The Winter's Journey. for millennial folks like me, this next piece needs no introduction. I hope that you enjoy the medley that we have laid out before you. I think at least some of our players in here were excited to play this piece. So. This actually was written, the themes to this movie were actually written by John Williams, a very prolific American composer. When he went into composing, he said, well, I want to do movies. And most of the serious composers in the 20th century didn't take him seriously because he was doing movie music, and like, that's not serious music. But, well, it just so happens that the Kansas City Symphony is programming, I think, Raiders of the Lost Ark in January. And you hear Star Wars all the time. You hear Home Alone all the time. You hear Indiana Jones, Jaws. You hear all the movies that he's written for. And some of it has become classic American canon that lives beyond the scope of the movies. We just hear that music and it's just American classical music. So anyway, we hope you enjoy Home Alone. really enjoyed preparing this next piece, The Most Wonderful Christmas, and the theme of our concert. It's a medley of Christmas tunes done in a very Hollywood kind of way, and it's just really pleasing to the ears. I think you'll enjoy A Most Wonderful Christmas by Robert Sheldon. While I have your attention, I was just thinking about this. On Sunday, there's not one, but two concerts for your listening pleasure. If you head over to First Presbyterian Church, there's going to be a Christmas concert with a number of our musicians over there, including the First City Flute Choir, right? Yeah? No? Yes? Okay, all right. Yes, the First City Flute Choir. Is the First City Chamber of Music playing at that? Okay, no. But it's at First Presbyterian. This is Sunday at 2, right? 2 o'clock, Sunday, First Presbyterian. And then after that, at 7 p.m., over in Annunciation Chapel, we have the Christmas Vespers concert. This is going to be the biggest Vespers I'm aware of. We're going to have 44 singers and 29 musicians in the chapel, and we're going to be doing a choral and chamber orchestra concert for Christmas Vespers at St. Mary Annunciation Chapel. It should be really special. So we hope to see you again soon. And this is our second to last piece for you tonight. This is God Rest Ye, Merry Gentlemen. You may recognize it with a little twist. Thank you so much again. Just a reminder about Sunday's concerts at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock over there in the chapel. This next piece is really special. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I think you're going to really enjoy this. We're going to get electric back there. It's pretty good. It's a great way to end the concert. This is a different take on the Ukrainian bell carol. Fun fact about that. About a year or two ago, I went to see the Ukrainian State Orchestra came to do a concert at the Kaufman Center. It was just oddly the Ukrainian State Orchestra, and they were brilliant. It was just awesome. I had seats that were like right down on the orchestra, and watched the whole concert, enjoyed it. Just wonderful pieces, and of course their signature piece was the Ukrainian bell carol. And everybody said the Ukrainian bell carol, but if you heard the Ukrainian State Orchestra play the Ukrainian bell carol, it would knock your socks off. It was beautiful, just the best I've ever heard it. So this is a completely different take on it. You'll notice different themes of the Ukrainian bell carol, but with a little fancy, spicy twist. And I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you on Sunday.